Hey, what's up guys, Bro here, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. So today we're back on Crop Incremental, and what we're doing is we're playing the admin abuse from yesterday. So this is pretty much a voiceover from the recording I made yesterday because my mic wasn't actually on. So I'm pretty much just watching everything back at the same time, and we shall see how that ends up turning out. So anyway, as you can see at the top, messages do pop up occasionally from the owner. And you can see that it's a pretty cool event. In fact, it was extremely overpowered, to be honest, in my opinion, and you'll see what we'll end up doing. So at the moment, I'm currently just farming strawberries. That was my priority at that point, as it's still relatively new. So you can see at the top, every field just got mutated to sweet. And I'm just trying to remember what happens in this as I'm talking over it as we're watching it together, basically. So it's now got the abuse mutation, which is just absolutely insane, by the way. So if this ever does happen again and it's got the abuse mutation, again, you're just basically destined for greatness, because that one is extremely good, in my opinion. And I think it was probably a bit too strong. Maybe, but again, what do I know? I just play the games and enjoy them and make videos on them. So anyway, here we are currently farming the field at the moment. More mutations did get added. I've skimmed through the video file and trimmed out a lot of AFK farming, because I don't really see the point of showing that in this case. And yeah, there's probably about 15 or so minutes of footage removed, maybe a bit more, probably more closer to 17 or 18 to be honest, but yeah, you'll see what happens. So at the moment, I'm still just farming strawberries. I didn't really realize how OP it was at this point. However, we will get into the juicy stuff soon. It does get much better than this, trust me. And you'll want to see what ends up happening, because the second half of the video is just absolutely insane. So as you can see, there's messages at the top, and they were crazy, absolutely. So if you do join the Discord, you will be pinged when something like this does happen, and just join as soon as you can, because again, you don't want to miss anything like this. So we're still currently farming strawberries, currently up to 2 OCD right now, and again, it's just really good to see that. So we've got the haunted mutation. I believe they all stack now as well, so it's just insane really, because they did change that the other day if I'm not mistaken, and now the mutations do stack together, and it is a really good combo to have more than one. So that's why you should have been online. So yeah, it's not like you didn't miss much. Well, I mean, you technically did, you missed a lot actually, but if you didn't play it, but again, you can still technically watch it through this to see what actually did end up happening. So again, it was just mainly multipliers and field mutations that happened. Well, the multipliers of course come from the field mutations, and again, it was absolutely amazing. So here we go, we're now getting into more of the juicier things. So as you can see, we can look at these, and then I just closed the shop off. I'm trying to really remember what happened. Honestly, I don't even really remember. For some reason, I decided to get some stars, and now it looks like we're making our way over to the spawn area, give or take. We're currently farming sunflowers, so I'm currently up to about 300, 420 or so SXD right there. And now I have no idea what I'm doing, but we are looking at the corruption, and we're still nowhere near it, by the way, so that's crazy. And then there's a message from the owner right there saying it's nowhere near over, and we do manage to close the menu off, and we're farming some sugar right now. So SPD on sugar, really good to see that, a big boost from where we were previously. And then again, we're now going back up to stars, which also is SSPD, which is SPD even, and yeah, we're looking pretty good at the moment. So what should happen now is we do skip forward slightly, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So any moment now, we should skip forward ahead. There we go, perfect. So we've now skipped forward. It was just about a minute and a half of farming the strawberries in an AFK form. So I just thought I'd cut it out. There's no point of watching it, because again, I'm just AFK. What is there to see? So yeah, that does happen right there. So I think at this point I've realized how OP we actually are, because I'm now getting the crop boosts, the multiplier boost. This guy needs to move out of the way of the sign. If you ever do that, don't stand in the way of signs. Public service announcement, do move out of the way of signs, don't block them. You don't need to put your head in the sign, you can click it from afar. So we're now making our way over to here. We should already have the tree one on. I forgot what it's called. Is it the tree amulet? So that should already be on. We're basically getting infinite wood at this point compared to where I was previously. And typically in cases like this, what does typically happen is you just are able to get a bunch of wood upgrades for chairs. And then of course with the chairs, you can manage to get a bunch of token upgrades all at the same time. So we upgrade to max, it immediately unlocks token multiplier upgrades. We do happen to get several levels at once, which is good to see. And now we're currently up to SPD on grapes as well. So I believe what I'm doing right now is making my way back over to where the strawberries are, and then we should actually skip ahead fairly soon in just a second as well, because I am simply just waiting for, I don't even know, I was trying to just farm a bunch of this. So I think I do skip forward in just a few seconds by about 16 minutes, I believe it was. So I just AFK farm for 16 minutes and we are back, I guess. So that's been the transition. So the chat is open as well, but anyway, it's just what it is. So yeah, so 16 minutes just passed in about a matter of milliseconds. Again, these aren't typically how I record these videos. I thought that this is just so overpowered, I just have to do the voiceover to make up for it. And we do end up buying 2 crop upgrades for emeralds right there, because I think we got some more emeralds from the admin abuse as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where those ones came from. So that is good to see. We get some more upgrades in spawn. And now we are making our way back over towards the token multi number 3. So we do manage to buy that one. We go back up towards where the wood is. We farm wood very quickly. We get the rusted mutation as well onto the fields. So we should be getting even more right now because they all do stack, remember. And that is insanely good to see. So with my mouse, as you can see in the background, I'm just waiting for the upgrades, the amount of wood to come in so we can do the upgrades. And now we're just spinning around in a slight rotation, a slight circle, sorry. And there we go, we do manage to get the passive chairs upgrade once again. So the sunshine mutation has been added onto the fields as well. There's about 65 mutations on each field at the moment. And there we go, we do manage to sell everything. So we did get the token multi upgrade on the board as we go past it. We are now currently going over towards the strawberry field again. And right now we're currently up to about 200 NOD. So that is nice to see. Maybe I'm going for the next number. That's what I'd imagine I'm doing at this rate, because we're slowly but surely halfway. Nope, we stop at 500. So we sell all, and now we managed to just stand still for a reason. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe I didn't skip all of it out, but I mean, technically we're slightly farming stars, but again, let's just see what happens. If this is far too long, I'll just skip further ahead. But yeah, maybe I think I'm checking the document. I guess I was. So what I do realize soon though is something insane, which you'll see momentarily, I'm sure. It shouldn't be too much longer. I believe it's actually in a second, if I'm not mistaken. So we drop down towards where the crafting is, and there we go. So I was checking the document. This is the reason for that, because we've now just bought the dragonfruit zone, which was originally the last zone in the game. But of course, with the update, they did add the hell zone. And now I'm just checking out the shop. So we do get the first weapon for 2.23 trillion, which is much better than the Halloween hammer. And then the second weapon any moment, there we go, 4.67 trillion as well on that one, 9.5 times crops on the chest plate, and 35, was it 25 or 35? I think it was 35 times dragon fruit on the belt, which is just insane. But they're all so expensive, it's impossible for me to get them at the moment. So maybe we'll just get those swiftly, or in the foreseeable future more like. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just checking the shop for everything, just to see if there's anything related to blueberries. And I believe there's only one piece of attire in the game that does actually boost blueberries, and it is one of the shoulder pads in this area, I believe it is. So I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it has to be, right? So we're checking this. We just managed to buy that, I guess. I don't know why I equipped it, because it's trash, but anyway, I did. And yes, we do cycle through the blueberry chest plate right there. And for some reason, I've got this garbage sugar thing on now. I don't know why. It's not really what I should be using. The star one is much better, which hopefully I should realize in a second. So yeah, 4.5. Yeah, okay, I do put that one back on. So that's good to see. I'm glad I didn't just use the other one for no reason. Otherwise, that would have just been a major troll. So Good. I'm glad I changed it back. All right, so we're now looking at the dragon fruits currently on an OCD right now, as we're closing in on 1,000, which pushes us up to NOD. So we currently have 1 NOD of dragon fruits. And again, I'm just seeing what we can really get from these. We do get a bunch of cash, which is nice, because the cash is always really, really good to have, of course. And I think everybody should try and prioritize cash. A lot of people do ask me as well about the amulets. So there's no set, like, best loadout set as such. There is in a way, if you think about it, there is, but in the grand scheme of things, there's not necessarily one fixed best set. So the question that I ask back when people ask me that is, I ask them what they're currently farming or what they're after. And then if they say blueberries, you just need to put all of your amulets on that do boost blueberries. So if you're farming sunflowers, again, it's all your sunflower amulets. That's all you need to do with amulets, guys. If you want cash, you just put the crops ones on. And if you want sugar, you obviously put the sugar ones on, etc. So you just put on what you're after. That's all you need to do with amulets. You can get the loadout slots on the right side of the screen. The mutations, they get added back. I'm just currently checking the document right now, so technically I could have skipped this part out, but I'm just giving some advice on amulets anyway. And that's all you really need to do with your amulets. So if you want wood, you put on the ones that boost wood. If you want, I don't know, grapes, again, you just go for the ones with grapes. So we're just checking everything right now. I've realized how impossible all of this is, and we are very far away. But all in all, it should not really take too long. If I was able to play a bit longer yesterday, I probably would have played more, and then this video would be even longer. So in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't, because, I mean, yeah, it's not a live commentary, unfortunately. It is a voiceover today, like I've mentioned in the intro. So hopefully this is all okay and sounds good. But nevertheless, we are doing it anyway, as the admin abuse was too good to miss out on and not showcase on the channel. So one thing that made me laugh about this page is if you see the juice box, you just need 1.1. So I guess that is a slight error from the devs maybe, and it should be a bit higher, but 1.1 isn't bad. Of course, anybody can pretty much craft 1.1 juice boxes, and yeah, that's that. So anyway, we close out the shop. I have realized right now that I am miles away from any of the weapons. So I believe at the moment we are just simply going to farm a bunch of enzymes, if I'm not mistaken. So we just go to the loadouts. In fact, I do manage to try and save them, because if you saw my video on the update, I was having issues saving loadouts, but again, that now seems to be working again, luckily. So here we go. So we currently swap over to the sunflower amulets, and at the moment we're up to 1.63 VG. Well, of course, a bit more now, closing in on 3. So pretty much 3 VG if we do get any more, but I turned them off, so we're stuck on 2.9. We skyrocket through the blueberries up to 10 VG or so, 14 in fact, 18 in fact. So that is really good to see right there. And now pretty much all I need to do, we get a sneaky upgrade on the crops multiplier in the background on the board, if you notice that one. And then what we do get now is a ton of grapes, and we currently just need to match what we have in terms of the sunflowers, or a bit higher, and then we're pretty much all good to go. So we're making our way over to the crafting station right now. We do manage to open it up. We go all in on enzymes, which does give me 2.9, I think it was, NOD. For some reason this glitched, so I decided to close the shop off and reopen it back up. And then as you see now, we are able to get them, and all of my enzymes did work perfectly. So as you can see at the top, 3k active equal 3k emeralds. I can't remember if they hit that or not, but again, maybe we find out soon. So at the moment, what we'll do then is continue to farm. We're up to OCD right now on sugar, which is good to see. And then I think I'm just going to farm the token multi upgrade for a bit, because that one is pretty good to see. What I'm doing right here is just changing my loadout, I believe, to anything to do with sugar. So, okay, maybe I'm not. We're just dropping back to the... Okay, we're going back towards spawn. So, not really sure what's going on here. But, okay, we're checking out the shop. I think this is where I'm checking out for the blueberry attire. Nope, we are buying these, I guess. So... Alright, that's that then. So, not really too sure what I'm doing. Who does? Who does know, in fact. So anyway, we buy the token multi number 3 upgrade right there. Really good to see that one. We get the weapon back out. We're still up to VG on grapes, which is good, because again, we always could do with some more. So right now we are able to just change to this loadout. Did I put the, maybe I'm after money? I don't even know what I'm doing. So, all right, Token Morty, we do get 2 levels there, I believe, which is insane. We get a bunch of levels on that one, and then we are able to just jump up again to the side, which actually is such a good upgrade. The boots are just amazing to have, by the way. It's such a good quality of life change to just have the movement speed and the jump height, because it means you can just box jump up to the side, and you don't have to run around the long way. So, again, another pop-up right there for the 3k active, for the 3k emeralds. I believe I don't even remember if we got them. I mean, I could technically log in now, I guess. So let me just quickly do that and see, because I don't think we did. I don't even remember. So again, we'll just have to see what happens with it. And at the moment, in terms of emeralds, I currently have 0. So it's not loaded in yet. So I'm on 200. So I guess we didn't get the 3k active. So I don't think we got the emeralds, unfortunately, but again, I'm sure there's always another opportunity in the future for some more emeralds. So that is that. And right now we're just farming some more wood. We can actually buy some more upgrades, which we do manage to get in the distance, as you just saw. And we can already buy more. One thing I do like about this is when you just get a bunch of token upgrades, and then you can just infinitely farm like one resource like this, for example, and then just get a ton of upgrades to catch them back up to pretty much where everything else is, if that makes any sense. So I do really like that one, so that's awesome to see. Right now we are just still farming a bunch of wood. I can get some more upgrades in the distance, but for some reason, I guess I've just only realized that. I don't even really know, but anyway, we did manage to get them right there. And now we do just quickly run over to see the board, and I guess we decide we're not doing that one anymore, so we run away. And now we go to the blueberry field. We check where the key is. For some reason, I was just checking if the key is still in the game, which it is. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right there. Of course, in traditional fashion as well, my character decides to fall on the floor and take a back bump, and then start looking up at the ceiling. So, you know, just welcome to that area, I guess. That always happens to me. And we do manage to just see what this box is. Somebody did drop a comment about it being something where apparently there's like pictures of pets or something, but I guess that got removed. I'm not really too sure, but anyway, I was just seeing if there's anything hidden in there, which in this case there isn't. And with the comment that I did receive, pretty much confirmed that as well. So we make our way over to the dragonfruit area, and this is looking really good because we're still up to NOD, I believe, which is a new hot record for me. But we're just getting infinite cash from it all, which is just amazing to see. So we're currently up to OCQIG, which is a big jump. And then at the moment, we can actually get to the next tier if I was to sell again. But we go over to the crafting station right now. We are currently in the document, I believe. We finished the lollipops or the candy right there. We could craft, yeah, so what I'm just doing at the moment is I'm seeing how difficult it is. I think it's 10 DVG that I need for the amulet. And for smoothies, and I'm just checking to see how far away we are from them, and realistically it is way too far away, so we won't be getting those anytime soon. And we do skip forward right there by the look of it, so I guess we just skip out some of the farming. So I don't remember how long that period was for, but from my timeline at the moment, that seems to be the last skip ahead. So everything else now is in real time, which is good. So we'll just see how everything else plays out. Alright, so we get a bunch of upgrades right there, 2 or 3 levels by the look of it, which is really nice to see. And we're just skyrocketing up in progress right now. We're just getting some absolutely incredible progress, which is just amazing to see. I do decide to put the blueberry loadout on, which as you just saw, we're currently up to UVG right now, which is of course a tier higher than VG. So that's nice to see. Currently on 9. I think what I was planning to do with this one is I didn't realize how far ahead I was on blueberries, if I remember correctly. So in just a second, you'll probably see what I mean. And we are farming grapes, but I do have the wrong loadout on still by the look of it. So, I mean, I was probably half asleep anyway in traditional fashion. But anyway, we're up to VG. I guess I don't even remember what I was doing. I gave up with that one, I guess. And we can buy an upgrade, which is nice. I've never seen the chat so active as well. So many people are typing, which is cool to see. I do like it when people do type into chat. especially helping others out is just really nice and refreshing to see that. All right, so we have got the loadout open right now. So we decided to go back to blueberries for some reason. And then I think I realized that I'm extremely overpowered with blueberries, or I've just got way too many for where I should be, or just in comparison to everything else. So, in fact, I didn't even know what I'm doing right now. We're just farming them in the background. So we have a ton right there. Then I think I've now realized that they're so far ahead. In fact, I believe I'm checking my... I actually remember, I think at this point I was being an idiot and I didn't realize how far ahead I was. And for some reason I just thought I was really far behind for some reason with blueberries. But as we all know, I'm actually further ahead than any of the other two currencies, such as the grapes and the sunflowers. So what I'm doing at the moment is just checking between the shops just to see if there's anything to boost blueberries up directly, because I believe at this point in my mind I was actually further behind with them than where I was. And yeah, it's just me being a clown, unfortunately. But again, I just leave these things in. I don't mind showing things like this because, I mean, it's just part of the game and part of life. Sometimes you do some dumb things and, you know, you pay the price. Well, there's no price to pay in this case, but anyway, you know what I meant. All right, so we're just checking the shops right now. Pretty good to see. I do manage to get that one. For some reason, I go over to this. Surely I don't go up to the shop at the top right. Oh my word, I actually do. All right, this is just maximum cope at this point. So we jump through the ceiling. I think I actually have a difficulty getting out of this shop in a second, which is quite funny to see. So we just rotate between the two weapons, and then I can't get out for some reason. I'm trying to jump out the wall, which was a nightmare, I remember. So I vividly remember that part. But again, I'm just happy to leave all of this in. We now even go into the cave. This is just sheer desperation at this point. And we're just checking everything out anyway. So again, nothing really good in the cave for me anymore. That shovel is really good, to be honest. For some reason, I decided to farm crystals. Don't really know why, but we just managed to get a small amount right there. And now we do continue the pathway, the farm, I don't even know. And right now we are making our way back towards where the sunflower field is, I believe. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh no, we're off to the star shop. So the star shop is here. We do manage to go through everything. A big boost to crystals, which is always nice. So I should probably equip that in the future when I decide to farm for some smoothies and whatever else I do need. So right now we're just checking this shop as well. The weapons here are good, but not anywhere near as good as what I've got on at the moment. And then I think now I'm just looking at the crystal dust. So I think that's what I'm probably going to farm in just a second, or craft even, because yep, here we go. So we craft it to max, boom, there we go, 656 OCD or something. And then, yeah, we're just crafting a bit more as well. So that's nice. I'm just spam crafting everything. I don't really know why, but we go for some enzymes as well. And there we go, 35 SPD on those, which I don't believe is that much for me anymore, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But anyway, that's that. So we can come over to here. We do buy the strawberry mask, which is nice. We do manage to buy both of them, I believe. So that's really good to see. I fall off the ramp, unfortunately. And then we are now looking good to go. So we're making our way back over towards the brand new dragonfruit field, or at least new for me anyway, that is. So we open up the shop, and now we do manage to just go through everything once again. So we still can't afford anything in the dragonfruit shop. That shop is extremely expensive. And now we can make our way back towards the grape shop for some reason. So we're just rotating through everything. No idea what I'm doing, but yeah, we decide to roll with it. All right, so we are looking around clueless. We managed to go back to the blueberry field for some reason. We do manage to look at my crystals and my juice boxes. We are currently back in the document. That's 100% the document, as it was on my left side of the screen. And yeah, that's where my mouse went. If you noticed, it did go off to the left side. So not too bad. We're just quickly checking a few things right now. I could probably skip this part further ahead, I guess, but from what I remember, it's not really too much longer anyway. So yep, here we go, we're back. So right now we do manage to change to what I believe is a grape loadout, and this is the point where I realized that my grapes and everything were pretty much behind my blueberries. So I decided to try and go up to 147 TVG, but then I realized maybe it's not the play, maybe it takes a bit too long from what I remember, but maybe not actually, I can't even remember. So let's just see what happens. So we're up to 62 TVG right now, 68, 69, and there we go. So 73 seems to just be AFK farming a bit at the moment. So again, I'm probably just looking at something else. And there we go, we're slightly back now, so up to 90, and we do need to get to 147. I actually believe we do. I think we get to 151 from what I can remember, so that is now a test of memory, and hopefully I've still got it. Hopefully I'm correct. 151 seems correct, so we shall see where we go up to, but 120 right now, 127, and we're slowly making our way up, closing in onto the 140. 140's been hit right there, and now we do manage to go up to 153, I think it was. So yeah, slightly over, but pretty much the same amount. Still basically the same thing in my eyes. So for some reason we go to this one. Now I realize that I need sunflowers, which is good because we do manage to jump up, and then this is a bit slower. It's nowhere near as quick as the other two, but I mean, at this point, I think that I realized that and just decided to get to a decent amount, hopefully, and then just start upgrading other things. I guess we don't. We get bored of that maybe and just move to the shop over here. Actually, I remember now. We come over to here. We do buy the 3x sunflower. We equip the left shoulder piece for the 3 times sunflowers. So that is a slight stack onto what I've already got. And then this does make a bit of a difference, which is nice to see. And I think we could also put some other attire on, but I guess in this case I'm just happy with the progress we're making from this one already. So we're up to 20 TVG right now, and we're looking really good actually, so that's good to see because I do always like to progress. And we're up to 32 right there, so yeah, potentially what we could do then is just see how the rest of this plays out, and we are now looking really good. So 50 TVG, and the admin abuse I believe has ended if I'm not mistaken, but I decided to just continue playing for a bit anyway in this case because again we've got so much to work towards now and so much to farm because the dragonfruit area is just the longest area in the game apparently, and it's an absolute nightmare. But again, we can make it work. If I can do it, I'm sure we can make it work as well. So far so good. We will just wait to see how everything else plays out. I still wish if you open one menu it overlaps and closes the other one off. Sorry, if it instead of overlapping it just closes the other one off. That would be good, instead of it just simply overlapping, because that is still quite annoying, but anyway, it's just what it is. So right now we put the tree amulet on. Not really sure what I'm going for right here. We put the sugar cube amulet on right now as well, and maybe I'm going for sugar by the look of it. So we'll just see what happens with that one, and I think that's the play. Is that the play? Maybe it is, or maybe I just created the loadout to save it. So yeah, that's what I believe I was doing. So we've now saved that loadout by the look of it. We do put the sunflower loadout back on, and we're currently up to 107 TVG right there, as I'm just basically attacking off the map, or off the area, the zone. So that is that. So 119 TVG, and right now we are able to continue farming it. I believe we need to go up to about 153. So we're slowly but surely getting there. As you can see, we are currently on... Why does... Too many menus are opening up. And yeah, we're pretty much there right now. So 150's been hit. Really good to see that. We make our way over to the crafting area, I think. No, we don't. We go to the side. We go through the grape shop. We somehow get onto the ceiling of it, the roof of it. And right now, we do come back over to here. And we decide to put the sugar guard on, so the right shoulder piece this time for the sugar boost. So I believe what I'm doing here is just farming a bunch of enzymes, and then I'm just going to quickly get a bunch of sugar, and then what that should allow me to do is craft infinite lollipops, hopefully. So we just open up the shop over here. We can put the sugar helmet on, and then we can also put on the sugar belt, the sweet belt. And there we go. So we're now getting a ton of sugar cubes, which is amazing to see. So I believe we changed the amulet loadout to my new sugar loadout as well, but in this case it looks like it didn't actually change or go through correctly, because I don't think it did. Did that not save? Maybe that didn't save. I don't think it did by the look of it. So let's see, did I realize? Nope, it did update. It just took a while, I guess. So anyway, there we go. I'm glad I double checked it, because I thought at the time, or at least I just thought at the moment, that it didn't update, and I'm glad I did double check in the gameplay. So alright, so we're farming a bunch of sugar right now. We're closing in onto the next amount. We're currently up to 1 TVG right there, which is insane to see. So really good progress, very, very quickly. 1.5, 1.65, 1.75, and so on. So 2 TVGs being hit already. And there we go. We stop at 2.44, basically 2.5. We'll just round it up right there. I put my crop loadout back on for amulets, of course. And now we do open up the shop. We go over to the smoothie. Not sure why, but yep, we do. We craft the maximum amount of enzymes. We craft the maximum amount of candy right there. So 9.97 DVG, which is just crazy to see. And right now we can go back towards the token multi number 2. And we do jump from 19 OC to something like, I can't even see what that one was, it was too quick, but 43 DE or something. But anyway, it was a big jump, really good to see that, and of course it is helping us out a lot. I think I've got the wrong loadout on for sugar, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't even know. Did I change or did I not change? Can't even remember, to be honest. But anyway, we do open up the shop again, so we make our way back over to this 20 DVG, which I believe gives me the ability to just buy 1 upgrade, which it did. So that's really nice to see. We do get some boost from it still, and then we decided to go for the crops multi as well, and that was a big jump. So yeah, I did slightly have the wrong loadout on the second time around like I thought I did, but it's still all good because now we just need crops anyway, and in this case crops equal money, and money is what I need. So we're looking at this. I'm now in the documents again for the DVG calculation. So as you can see in a second, it is a very, very, very long-winded process in order to get this, and I'm just having a look now. So I believe I have realized that, but maybe we just go back to farming some more cash anyway. And yes, we are. So we're currently up to SXG on the left to sell. If we were to sell 42 SXG, which should be a new high for me at this point. And yeah, we're doing really well. Some insane progress. To say all of this is in less than an hour, by the way. This is just crazy. The admin abuse was so good. I still had to make the video on it, and that's why you're seeing it the way you are, because I needed to just get this video out as soon as I can. So anyway, what we'll do then is we will just continue to farm. I'm just trying to fix my cable because I thought it was about to disconnect, but it wasn't. And there we go. So anyway, we're back to sunflowers. We did manage to still not sell yet. I do run into the crafting station and get put on my back, unfortunately. And then I'm now looking at the smoothie calculation. We do go back to the document right now. So I'm comparing NO to DVG. Realize you need about 5,000 trillion billion resources. And then I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm good. And then what I actually decided to do is open up the calculation. So it is E69 in this case. And yes, I need 1 TTG, 1 QATG, and 100 DTG. And I decided to take a screenshot of it because it's just easier, I guess. I don't know why I've not really utilized that feature many times before. However, as you can see right there, that is the amount I need. And we do open up all of this. I'm just doing a quick comparison to see where I'm at right now in terms of strawberries and things like that. And then I do actually realize that we are absolutely miles away, and I do need to basically do infinite crafting in order to get there. So we'll see how that one plays out, because yeah, we definitely don't get any of those in the video, in this video at least. But again, I'm sure in the foreseeable future, we will get there, of course. And in fact, that's a guarantee. I know I'll get there. It'll just take a lot of time. So far so good. We are just currently looking at the crafting document still. And right now we're just waiting. So I just moved this over. We're just still double checking a bunch of things. I still am just trying to see how far away we actually are. I believe I was on about E60 if I'm not mistaken. And I think I need like no, that's definitely not right. But I think it was about a jump of E40, I believe. So a huge amount of zeros. And yeah, of course, that's not like 0 to E40. It's like plus the E40 worth of zeros from where I currently am. But anyway, it's not realistic. I'm just still cross-referencing the two, trying to see where I am. And I think I do highlight it, so the next time I'm in a actually recording the video correctly, yeah, you can see Excel is open at the bottom. And yes, so again, I'm just trying to see how far away we are. It's just absolutely unrealistic. And I guess I could try and find the document right now, maybe. So let's see if I can, just for some reference, because maybe it's towards the end of the video, but yeah, I guess we won't. So anyway, a ton of progress to do. Yeah, so right at the point of, at some point in the video, I was at NOD strawberries. I was at QAVG cash, and then I believe this is dragonfruits. Sorry, that's dragonfruits. I can't even remember the color code I used, but anyway, it's a bunch of progress. So basically it ranges from, let's see, I don't even know what I'm looking at. So again, we'll just come back to that in the next live video, I guess, when my mic is actually on in the recording. So I do make my way back over to the logging area. We are farming a bunch of upgrades right now, and I just love to see it when the upgrades just constantly upgrade. You can buy one, you can buy the other, you can go back to the other one, and then pretty much just cycle between the two of them. That's just amazing to see right there. So we are just still getting a bunch of upgrades in the background right now, and that is looking good to me. So we do get the mutation to godly on the forest field, which is perfect because again, that always does help. And I believe at this point the admin abuse did end. We still do have the 20 times crop event, which is insane to see. So that is looking really good right there. And again, we can buy some more upgrades in the distance, but I decide I'm not going to for some reason. We just decide to get some more wood. So, all right, there we go. We decide to get it right there. So we're up to 2.13 UTG per second on chairs, which is insane, as I accidentally go down the wrong ramp by the look of it and go down instead of up, but we are back to where we need to be. So we're looking really good. We've made some insane progress. This is all in less than 1 hour, by the way. So I think the raw footage was about, I think, 58 minutes, and then this video is down to about 41 at the moment. So again, we'll just see how it ends up playing out. And not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever, in my opinion. And to be fair, a lot of the farming I did was just for strawberries, which didn't really contribute much to the long run, but yeah, there we go. So really good progress, really happy about that. We need some more admin abuse events. They were just insane, and that's just amazing to see, because again, we've progressed so far. And it's good to know that the weapons in the dragonfruit area are much better than the Halloween ones. I wonder with the first corruption though, I wonder if when you do it, do you have to like restart all over again from the beginning, which I imagine you might. But even if you do, does that mean you'd still keep your Halloween weapons though? So I guess the Halloween weapons are still good to have in general, but you'd probably just skyrocket back up anyway because you get an insane amount of boost. I think you just get like a flat 1k crop multi-boost as well, which is just incredible to think, because you'll just be gaining so much more than what you would be doing at the moment. So yeah, we're looking really good. So we're up to 149 SXG. I think we could buy that token multi, which we can. Nice, we do manage to get a level or two there as well. Just one by the look of it, sorry. And we get infinite levels on this one, which is insane to see. We do jump back around. I'm now just jumping around because I basically am just trying to look at the next area, it seems. I know I can't get in there. I'm just trying to have a look at it because it looks pretty cool. So yeah, not too bad. So you get a bunch of crops. It looks like it was 2.5k on that one, which is insane. So awesome. So that's pretty much going to do it for the video, guys. I think the next like few minutes of me just running around aimlessly. I don't think I buy any more upgrades, and if I do, then I guess we can just see that person seems to be very laggy, so unfortunate for them. But anyway, thanks again for watching. The next video should be more of a live video again. I'll make sure my mic's working. I only realized when it's a bit too late, and that's why there's no live commentary for this one. But anyway, there we go. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Thanks again for watching. Check out my other videos. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. If you watched the whole thing, let me know, and I will see you in the next one. Actually, we buy some more token upgrades, so I just thought I'd quickly come back in. We do buy some more upgrades. So we bought that token multi right there. We do buy some more crop multis as well. So maybe it's not quite over yet. There's only 40 odd seconds remaining, so it's probably just the last few upgrades over here. We go into the shop, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. So maybe we get one more token multiplier if I go back to farm wood, potentially. If I don't, then I don't, obviously. Let's just see. Nope, I guess I don't. So we'll end it here. If I get any more, I'll let you know another time. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks again for watching. Check out the videos on the screen, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.